Hello and welcome to Health Matters on Channels Television. It's so great to have you join us. I am Mary Alale Yusuf. The most recent World Health Organization statistics say close to 800,000 people take their own lives every year at the rate of 3 every 2 minutes. And with every completed suicide, there are several more failed attempts. It is not restricted by region or gender, and the most affected by this global phenomenon are 15 to 29-year-olds. Experts, however, say that suicide is preventable by evidence-based interventions at population, subpopulation, and individual levels. My guest is a consultant psychiatrist and the medical director and chief executive officer of Pinnacle Medical Services in Lagos. Dr. Maimuna Kadiri joins us on Skype. You're welcome to the show, Doctor.
Thank you. Good morning, Nigerians.
Now, they say 80% of the time, symptoms, signs show when somebody wants to commit suicide. What is suicidal behavior?
Oh, it's good that we're talking about this, and I love the fact that the conversation has started. Suicidal behaviors oftentimes are seen, but out of ignorance and denial, and sometimes people trivializing the behaviors of those people that are in need. These are some of the reasons why we miss all those things. So the suicidal behaviors are things that words they say, the way they behave, and of course, sometimes the outlook of things generally around them. For example, if somebody all of a sudden starts talking about the fact that he or she is tired of life, she starts giving out his or her own clothes, or sometimes even, for example, start talking about, let rapture just happen and let's bring it home, because Nigerians are quite very religious. So let's talk about things that are quite the religious perspectives. When someone starts talking about the fact that, look, I think rapture should just even happen now, and let us all go and let life just end. Things like that. Or if I die, nobody will care about me. Nobody would cry over me. So these things are some of the behaviors that people should look out for. And other things they can also look out for are when the person starts withdrawing to him or herself. Ordinarily, this person doesn't behave that way. And also when they can't, some of them start sleeping poorly or eating poorly, or even feeling hopeless. So there's a good mnemonic I always tell people to quickly run through when you are looking at the warning signs of suicide that can help anybody. And it goes, is patworm, ISPATHWARM, is patworm. And it's always very good that when you look at these signs and symptoms, or rather the warning signs, or we call them red flags, it will be easy for us to know. I is ideation, the person having the ideation, and of course you will not know from the person's behavior, either talking about it, withdrawing to self, sleeping too much, oversleeping, feeling very sad, and all that. Then the S there is substance abuse. Person wasn't using substance for now, overindulging, or was using before but not using too much. And the P there, when they start feeling the sense of purposelessness. The A there showing anger, the T there feeling trapped, the H there feeling hopeless and worthless, and the W there feeling having withdrawal symptoms. The A there is having anxiety and heightened restlessness and anxiety. The R there feeling, doing a lot of reckless behavior, doesn't believe that his or her life matters anymore. And the M there is mood changes. And these are some of the things that we see, but we do not really know that this person is going through these challenges. And once we notice this thing, whether you're a family, friend, colleague at work, we should really take them seriously. We shouldn't trivialize them, so we can help the person the much needed help that they need.
Okay, people say that poverty is one of the major reasons, joblessness and all that is one of the major reasons why people feel this way. But we have a lot of rich people, because this thing is not restricted by region. We have rich people committing suicide. They have everything, by the natural standard. There's money, there's fame, there's comfort, and yet we see them committing suicide. Why have the rates increased?
The thing is that suicide has always been there, but now we are noticing more media reports about suicide. And that is the reason why our thinking is on the increase. Is the increase in the media report. And that is why managing suicide or suicide prevention is multi-sectorial and multidisciplinary. So if we all put our hands together, health, the legal, the education, and every other person coming together, stakeholders rather, we all work together. So the truth is that rich person dying from suicide does not necessarily mean that everything was all well with that individual. You may have everything, but you are not happy. And that is why we are always preaching about, getting to talk about what you are dealing with. Outwardly, everybody thinks he or she is fine, but inwardly, this person is dealing with a lot of challenges, that struggles that nobody sees. So, and it's not a respecter for anyone, whether young, old, but of course, we have seen with statistics that the vulnerable group, 15 to 29,
15 to 29, more. Yes.
Yes, and it's so sad, to 29, really sad.
Okay, let's go to that, aspect. Let's talk about teenagers. Now, reports are saying that teenagers are affected a lot by what they see on the internet. What's on the internet that they are reacting to? And what advice would you give teenagers? Because, internet access is not going anywhere. We're going to have it with us. So maybe we should have advice about how to engage on the internet.
Good. One advice that I would even quickly run through is the fact that some of them get into the internet at the inappropriate age.
Too early.
So opening up a Facebook, yes, too early. So opening up a Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, they are age appropriate. So for example, a 10-year-old going to open up a Facebook, it's not possible. That means obviously it's going to lie to open it up, or maybe an adult open up that Facebook page for her. So access to Wi-Fi, internet, social media should also be restricted. That is one thing that we should really know. And of course, let this aspect of teenagers, whatever they see on the internet, what they see, what they hear, and how people behave affects them. Yes, and that is the reason why we are going back to what we call intentional parenting. Parents just have to be there. There are no children without parents, whether biological or not biological. So something gave to bring these children to life in whatever way it would be, whether they are their right parents or their guidance. So intentional parenting doesn't necessarily mean that we have to go back and be more involved in parenting, because now a lot of us as parents, we are doing certain things that we were deprived of and living it through our children. For example, maybe for the fact that eating good square meal as a child, and now you have every money to buy everything. You bring the abattoir home. You are making your child not to have what we call delayed gratification. So they have that huge sense of entitlement. That wouldn't help. So build resilience in children is very key. Build resilience. Get them to be more responsible in using the internet, and of course it must be age appropriate for them to use. And also you, the parent, get involved in their social media life. It's not going to go anywhere, like you said. It's not, in fact, it's going to evolve more. And is that going to lead to more mental health challenges? Probably, because these things aren't going to go away. Let's also help our children to build their self-esteem, self-worth, and self-confidence. For me, I believe this doesn't just lie only in the hands of the parents. If the government also get involved and add mental health education in our school curriculum, so that these modules can be taught, and then the children can be taught at home, in school, the parents get to know what to do, because some parents are even lost in the midst of all those. They don't even know what to do. That's because right. Parenting is now more than before. It's now really more difficult.
What would you take down from the internet if you had a choice? If it was left up to you, would you take down anything from the internet? Or at least restrict?
No, the internet has it has its good side. It's restriction and using it responsibly, so that everything now, Google is everybody's friend. I'm doing a research. Okay, what we are doing now is internet-based. So you see, it is good. We all know what has happened today in Lagos. I don't know in other part of the country, but there's a lot of the downpour, the traffic. And so internet has its good side. It's using it, responsibly for your own good. So for me, I wouldn't say that we should take away the internet, but using it the right way is the word I would definitely. Yeah. And parents, the onus lies a lot on us as parents to do the right thing for our children, because they are our greatest asset and they are our future.
Some children they complain that they may have problems, but they cannot approach their parents. Why are many children having a problem approaching parents? What are the parents doing wrong?
Parents are refusing to upgrade themselves. I'm sorry, I'm also a parent, but I'm learning every day and I'm really working on upgrading myself. So parents, we need to be like 20 steps ahead of our children. Our children, they know a whole lot. They are the ones that we didn't teach us all the 101 benefits of using our phones and the different apps and all the several things. But the truth is that we parents have to go back to what we call effective communication.
Okay, Dr. Memuna, we will start with that aspect after the break, and I'm with you on that. They tell you what to do with your phones. Just hang in there, everybody. We'll be back right after the break. Thanks for staying with us. Welcome back. Please call 0805-468-3514. That's 0805-468-3514 if you have a question on the topic of suicide and how to prevent it. And you can also tweet at CTV_Mary A while the discussion continues. Now, Doctor, we were talking about how parents should make themselves more relevant to the times, and be more accessible to their children.
The thing is that often we parents, we are using our presence to replace our presence. Two different things. Presence in this case means gift, and presence in this case means quality time. We need to give our children more quality time. Yes, the hustle is real. We have to feed for them, clothe them, and everything. But the time we need to invest in that. These are warning signs. Most of the suicide cases you see never occur suddenly. Most of them, they have warning signs or red flags. What has changed in your child? So the word here is change. What has changed in your child that's making your child behave the way he or she is behaving? And sometimes these children, because of Google that they go to, they can actually, it doesn't give them the full diagnosis, but they will see that when they Google depression, the symptoms out of 10, they're having like 8 or 9 out of 10. Wow. And then they walk up and say, look, Mom, that I have depression and I think I need a therapy. You see, our parents, I won't say our parents, because I'm also a parent, we start like going bizarre, like, what do you mean by depression? Nobody, do you know what you're talking about? You can't be depressed. God is in control. It's not in our family. It can never happen. That is a bad word. Let's bind and cast. No, you parent also ask the child exactly what he or she is going through. Then visit the Google before you think it's something wrong. And if you think your child needs help, please, I'm really begging parents, let your child receive help. I've actually seen a 9-year-old kill himself. I'll be wondering why a 9-year-old can kill himself. What is a 9-year-old going through that will warrant him to kill himself? This boy was going through bullying in school, and the parents, it was just, they trivialized it. And of course, they go online, they meet some friends online, and they see a lot of things. And they can Google 1 million ways to die. So there are so many things that are going on in our homes that we need to nip in the bud and say, look, we need all hands on deck to work together to prevent this.
Let me cut in at this moment, Doctor, just for a moment. Let's take Lola. Hello, Lola. Lola, are you there?
I am here. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your question?
Yeah, my question is, if a child is used to keeping herself indoors in a room, how can a parent penetrate and get to the root of what is really happening to her? She's not ready to open up. But how can we, as a parent or as a mother, get through to making her open up?
Thank you so much, Lola. Did you get that, doctor?
Yes, and we parents make our child open up, despite the fact that you know the child has an issue.
She's locking herself up, or he's locking himself up in the room.
Parents, please, this is the time to act. If you ever notice anything wrong with your child, and because adolescents, oftentimes they had a pediatrician, and this child is not an adolescent, and you may not know where to take the child to. You can take that child to his or her pediatrician. Use your family physician. That is the first thing. And the child know, okay, I think now what I'm telling you, you think there's nothing wrong. Let us go to the doctor. Let the doctor also confirm and see if anything is wrong. And if nothing wrong, then I will be better off if we know that the doctor has told us nothing is wrong. Most times, when parents get their children over to see whether it's the child's pediatrician or their family doctor, because he won't say you are going to see a psychiatrist first, except a very learned parent or a parent that has seen what has happened to somebody or learned from experience. I will say, look, I'm taking my child to see a psychiatrist, but let them see that family physician first. And when the child says, oh, what is happening, and parents also say, there is no trained doctor anywhere in the world that will say, no, this child will not need further intervention from a referral.
Let's take Adebayo. Sorry about that, doctor, but they are really calling in now. Let's take Adebayo. Hello, Adebayo.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, please. What's your question?
Good afternoon. Thank you so much. If we notice that the children are not that free with their parents, you know what may be the cause?
They are not what? I didn't get that.
They are not that so free.
They are not so free. Yes, we were going through that. Thank you so much, Adebayo. We were going through those things. Doctor, did you get that? They are not so free with their parents. Who can you take them to?
Yes, that's already an issue. Why are you not so free? So the question here is the why. The thing is that you have to make, that's why you are parenting a child, you also have to be the child's friend. You can't throw the baby with the bathwater away. You have to create that effective communication link where your child can tell you whatever, however, what is wrong with him or her. Because if they don't get the right answers from you, whether it is good or bad, they will get it through other means, and that may be disastrous. So you have to create an ambience where your child, the home environment, it must be of good climate that will be supportive of the child, that the child will feel connected to you, to be able to open up and trust you enough. Not the one that the child will tell you this and you say, no, let's fast and pray. God is in control. It's a spiritual attack. You are even more paranoid than the child. And oftentimes these things always lead to bad outcomes. So we have to create that good home environment for the child to say whatever doctor, he or she is doing.
Let's hang on a moment there. Monica is calling in from Port Harcourt. Hello, Monica.
Hello, yeah, good afternoon.
You're welcome. What's your question?
Thank you for this lofty program. Let me go straight to the question. What if the very child is so stubborn and refuses to answer, refuses to compliment, to at least open up, and refuses to even move to the doctor? Okay. What will happen?
Thank you so much, Monica. Doctor, over to you. This child is in denial.
Dear parents, please, this is the time to act. The child can be stubborn, but it's still under you and eating. The child can be stubborn. The child you are still paying for the child's school fees. The child can be stubborn. You are still clothing the child. Please, don't let that decide. Don't let that be a hindrance, and then you start regretting. Even if the child is refusing to get to the doctor, find ways. And I'm on air now, and I know there are several ways I've told parents to be able to help their children. First thing, talk to the child. It's not listening. Get the model that this child looks up, or somebody that the child opens up to. You not open up to you, but it can open up to your brother or your sister or to your friend. There's somebody that the child opens up to. Find out, get the child to talk to that person. Get to the child's doctor, whether it's the pediatrician or family physician. Get that child to talk to that person. If that is not working, most times, because in Nigeria we are very religious, get your pastor or your malam and say, look, please talk to my child, and he's going through this, and I think he needs help. And last but not the least, this is brutal. This is not right. This is not good. But sometimes when you use the law enforcement, you sometimes get the result and get the law person. Look, I think my child needs help, and I'm not getting through to this child, but I need to get my child this help that they need. Bundle this child to see a doctor. Don't wait till there's a crisis.
The life of the child is more important than every other method you're going to use.
Whatever means it takes.
I'm so glad that you said one can contact the pediatrician or the family physician. But I want to ask you, is every one of them equipped to understand mental health challenges? Can they do it?
No, I'm sorry, they don't. But because they went to medical school and they went through psychiatric posting, all doctors went through psychiatric posting. They know the basis. And that is why we're also setting trainings now for our other colleagues to understand, at least retrain them. Because, of course, what they will have learned maybe 20, 30, 40 years ago, retrain them on the recent findings so that they can relate and they know that this calls for an action.
Okay, so retraining. Yes. Let's quickly take Lucky.
Yes,
Let's quickly take Lucky from Delta. Hello, Lucky. What's your question, Lucky?
My name is Lucky from Delta.
Yes.
Go this way. I'm a father also, and sometimes you don't always be with your children. And as for me, whenever I go, people around me, there are people who shall please to monitor my children for me. Even though if I'm not there, my children do something that is wrong. They will call me and say, "What do for you?" I will not call my children. They will be surprised. Daddy, you're at work now, but how do you see us? Say, don't worry, I'm seeing you. There's the way you treat your children. Like me now, if I want to know the truth from my children, go to our friends. I know that friend, which I trust. I will give out some money, say, see, anything my children, anything my children do for school, if you come back, tell me. And when you come back, you will tell me. By then, I will follow up and I will be cautioning and what. This like that.
Okay, so what you're saying is that even from afar, you can monitor them. Thank you so much, Lucky. Thank you so much. So, Doctor, I think that was somebody who is saying that he actually can even monitor them from afar, and that's because he's a concerned parent. Now, we've run out of time, as we always do. But thank you so much for being on the show. It was wonderful having you, and you've been wonderful, in short. You and I know what we're talking about. Thanks for being on the show. And thank you, everybody who called in and who is listening in. This is something that is really serious, and we have to wake up. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day. I am Mary Alale Yusuf.